deal with the daily stuff. And I guess over the course of, the last couple of weeks, it became a little more trying, when people, and I'm old enough to understand it, my son's 17 years old, you know, people get personal. They get personal and personal attacks and things of that nature. I mean, really, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? My kid sees that stuff, he reads that stuff, and I just think it's unfortunate, Does it disturb me? Yeah, but listen, I don't owe anybody anything in my family. You know what I mean? I don't owe anybody anything, right? But nowadays, like I just stated, social media gives idiots a format so they can open their mouths. Cowards a format to open their mouths and say what they want to say about kids behind a keyboard. Cowards. My son owes no one anything.
How do you think that he's going to need that there's going to be a period of adjustment to the college game for him, or do you think he'll be able to step right in and play at a high level right away? Because you know what it takes to play at that level.
Well, I mean, I think that depends on SPAD in some way and what they're doing with it.
How
football at this level, I mean, having played at this level, I mean, you can't be any more prepared than any kid from across the country from high school standpoint. I mean, he's played the best competition in the country. Does that make sense?
Oh, absolutely.
So it just depends on them.
Do you feel like the offense that they run, though, is really most advantageous for Kyler's skills, or can Kyler just play in anything?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. I really do. I mean, I believe it's a great fit for him. But I think he can adapt to almost any situation. But I really think it's a good fit for him.
Thursday meeting with Coach Sumlin, did that seal the deal?
You'd have to ask Kyler.
I mean, he said it did. Did you have a good feel?
I would agree with him. Yeah, I did.
Was there any questions that you wanted answered there?
Yeah, but I prefer not to go into that.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did you react to the craziness, the hysteria caused by just another visit? Kid considering multiple schools? And
well, again, I think it goes back to expectations. I mean, sense of entitlement, and people feeling like, kids owe them something, when in reality, these people don't care about the kids to begin with. They just want you to, give them the right to walk in an office on Monday morning and talk about their university. Because they beat Alabama or LSU. They don't care about the kids. It is what it is. You know what I mean?
That's your son.
Yeah, exactly. That's the same kid. If you go out and throw 3 or 4 picks and lose LSU, then you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to hammer it.
Absolutely.
Care about these kids, man.
So how did you react to that person when it got crazy?
Just confirm it already. You know what I mean? And I guess that's why I keep distance between me and most.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I don't openly, have conversation or dialogue with people about my kid or anything in general, because it's not their business.
So much different than when you were.
No question, because of social media. Yeah, social media. I mean,
have a buffer with him and keep him away from it as much as possible.
Yeah, but you know what? He gets that stuff. You know what I mean? He's been dealing with that stuff probably longer than most who's his age. You know what I mean? He gets it. You know what I mean? Kid's got over 50,000 followers. What's wrong with that? 17 years old. What is wrong with that? What is wrong with that? You know, what's wrong with that? You know?
Yeah. What bothers you the most?
I don't let a whole lot bother me, but, my only interest in this deal is my kids. You know what I mean? And so, I just want them to be happy and be successful and have fun in the process.
Yeah. The coaching staff has been good. I mean, someone and dealing with them.
Yeah, but the thing about it is that as long as he feels good about it, I'm fine with it.
Texas was a real option.
I don't like to waste anybody's time. I guess that's my response to that question. You know what I mean? I've known Charlie for 30 years.
Absolutely.
And I have a ton of respect for Charlie. He's doing a wonderful job at Texas. He's going to be successful.
Gotcha. Yeah. So if anybody says, that was just fooling around, playing around, that's not the case. I mean, he told me he seriously considered it.
I would agree with him.
Yeah.
I mean, why would you not? I mean, they're going to win. They're going to win.
Yeah. Did you know that this would cause that type of hysteria and craziness?
Yeah, I did, but again, maybe I'm a little naive myself. I mean, I guess I wasn't expecting personal attacks and things of that nature. But you know, hey, yeah, I'm 50 years old. I should know better.
How much of that is your experience a factor in Kyler's decision?
It's a big factor. It's a factor in Calvin's decision as well.
Right.
It's a big factor.
Is he as good as you were as a baseball player? Better? Yeah. Looking back on that decision that you made, would you have still played baseball coming out of high school?
Just wasn't ready for it, George. Wasn't mature enough.
How much of your experience, Kevin, was a factor in Kyler's and when you were talking to him about it? Yeah. And A&M baseball, all of it.
Honestly, George, excuse me, Kevin.
Yeah.
I didn't persuade him. I did not persuade him.
Yeah.
Honestly, you know, I mean, you know, it was his decision. Totally, 100% his.
When you came out of school, how much outside coaching did you have outside of North Dallas? None. That's what I was guessing. Who was your coach?
You mean at the high school?
Yeah.
Gilbert Alvarez was my football coach. Baseball coach, got by the name of Abe Mojica.
How many? Back then, you didn't even have camps to go to, right? Did you go to any camps? Nothing. Just all.
Yeah, even today, I think it's a major misnomer. As parents feel like in order for the kids to get better, they got to go to these camps. Well, you know, I don't agree with that. You know what I mean? The only camps Kyler's ever been to were the Nike camps, and that's predominantly it. But you can't, your checkbook and your credit card can't get you to the Nike camps. You got to earn your way into those.
Right.
You know what I mean? Now, I'm a big proponent of university camps, but other than that,
Yeah. So I know you said you're relieved this is all over. Do you feel good about all of it?
do I have to feel good about it? Honestly, I'm 50 years old. Do I have to feel good about it?
Yeah, you got to feel good about it. Yeah.
I feel good because he does. He
Yeah.
feels good. I feel
Okay.
good.
Did you go with him to Texas? Did Calvin go too? Or just you? Did you know Charlie?
30 years.
Really? When did you know Charlie?
I was G at A&M my freshman year.
Oh, that's right. That's right. And so it's Kyler's decision. If he makes that, if he just decides to do Texas instead of A&M, you feel the same way you feel today. And you said that he was a better baseball player. Is he a better football player?
Upset when you feel like somebody, or when someone is criticized your son for whatever reason, especially when they don't know him.
I mean, I don't even know if criticizing is the right word. I mean, I like to use the term attacks.
Use the term what?
I like to use the term attack.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay. Was that primarily A&M fans, or was it? Okay. So I would think that that's kind
You
of
start calling people's character in question when you don't even know them. I got a problem with that.
I assume that you're referring to there were those that questioned whether he was willing to compete. Is that the thing that was?
Keep in mind, when he committed to A&M, they had two quarterbacks, not one. Two, not one. You know what I mean?
You don't have to tell me, but I get it.
You see what I'm saying? Two, not one.
How much does? I would assume there would naturally be some bitterness, especially when a lot of these people might have been the same people that cheered you.
Oh, no question about it. Well, I wouldn't say that. I mean, because most of those folks, you know, they have a life. Most of them, you know. I mean, the younger generation, those people don't know me. You know what I mean? You know, the baby boomers, they don't know me.
So what are you going to be thinking then when you see them in a year or two cheering for him?
those are the same people that will turn on him in the drop of a dime. They don't care about my son. They care about what he can do for the university. That's the bottom line.
But I can certainly understand why you feel that way.
Well, I mean, here's the deal, though. I mean, that's reality. I mean, I don't think that's bitterness. That's just reality of an experienced dad.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
There's a difference between reality and bitterness.
Right.
You with me?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the reality of. You know what I mean?
Right.
So bitterness, no. Now I'm empowering you if I'm bitter.
So what do you expect from Kyler then? You know his competitive nature, and you know his ability. No one's been closer, obviously, than him. Not only as a father, but
I
as a
expect him
coach.
to have a tremendous amount of success in the win.